In a world where negativity, toxicity, and hatred runs rampant, two superheroes... What? Oh, not superheroes? So like two regular heroes? Not even regular heroes? Just two dudes? Sure, whatever. It's your script. Two nerds who are sick of toxic fandom have made it their goal to rid the world of negativity, 1 hour at a time.
Welcome back to Pop-timistic. My name is Anthony.
I am Brett, your host for today's
and also
show.
your co-host.
I am more of a male-dominant man than Anthony, so I have now
This is not
over.
True. Hi, welcome back to another week.
Welcome back to Pop-timistic.
We're just going to continue talking over each other.
Over one
God
another.
dang it. Hi, welcome back.
Maybe eventually we'll get into sync. Oh, nope.
Nope, that didn't happen at all. Did you miss me?
I wanted to see how long the gag could go on.
I know. Well done.
No, somehow we're still doing it. But not even on purpose anymore. I'm great. How are you?
I'm well.
No, I missed you. Jesus, your question was, did I miss you? I missed you so much.
You had so much fun with Zach, though.
I did. We had a wonderful time. For anyone that didn't tune into that episode, I think it's our longest one to date.
That is a possibility.
Although you and Chandler had quite the chat, too.
Oh, I know. Holy shit. Whenever we have guests, it just goes.
We just chat. We talk forever.
Yeah, it just
You're
happens.
welcome.
Yeah. I have been...
It doesn't help that I think that all of us have ADHD. Every single one of us and our guests.
All of the whole world, according to me, has ADHD.
Yeah, that's... hashtag relevant.
But no, back to your question of how good I am. I'm doing really well, Brett. No, so I moved, as you know, but maybe the audience doesn't know I moved. That's why I've kind of been out for the last few weeks. I moved to Portland. There's a whole mess behind me that I tried to get out of the picture here, but
you did a good job.
Good.
Looks
it's
nice.
Wet. It's really wet.
It's wet. And hopefully not inside. Hopefully just outside.
No, inside it's just a little moist.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everything should be moist inside. Think about it.
So my mom actually came out. Nope. And I'm not going to talk about my mom right after that. Jesus. So yeah, it was a whole thing. We brought 4 cats across state lines, which sounds like a felony, but is not. And
did you get stopped at any borders for any kind of cavity checks?
Sir, do you have a permit for these felines?
I hear meowing coming from what seems to be a pillow dressed like a woman.
It has lipstick on it and a wig. No, that was insane. I drove my mom and I swapped off driving a U-Haul and a car, each with 1 cat in it, and then Gross. Emerald flew 2 cats with her dad on an airplane to here, and they got delayed on the tarmac for like 2 hours. So it's supposed to be like 2.5 hours total. It was like 5 to 6 hours, but they were little sweethearts. They made it through.
I'm glad they made it through, because that sounds atrocious.
It was a lot, man. I mean, you did it. You drove across country with a toddler and a dog and a cat. So I feel like
the wife and toddler flew. My dad and I, we drove. So,
well then you got it. You got it.
No, it was easy. You know, it was simple.
Yeah. Well, the second day was fun. We stopped in like Sacramento, and then the second day, a 10-hour thing was actually really fun because then it's like also like NorCal driving is North California for any of you non-Californians. NorCal is boring as hell, dude. Like once you get like north of LA, it just gets it's just a desert. You're literally just driving through a desert for 6 hours, and then
it's
you
just
hit
no good.
Yeah, no. And then you hit greenery north of Sacramento, and that gets real nice. So the second day was gorgeous.
Aww. And you guys spent time with your mom?
Yeah. So,
she
like
one of
came out
our
and drove.
favorite
She
people.
drove with us.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Is like it's just so nice. You got to have that time with her.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as nice as you'd think because we were in separate cars, but we did.
Oh, yeah.
We did, stop and have a couple, like some lunch and like hang out and be like, wow, this is kind of nice, and like little bonding. It was nice.
My dad and I, when we did it, we took walkie-talkies and we like Top Gunned it. And so we'd like point things out to each other.
That's such a good way to go. Holy shit.
It was awesome. It was like the childhood road trip I wish we could have taken that never happened, you know? So it was a lot of fun.
I should have consulted you. That's such a good idea. I mean, we called each other a couple times, but...
And walkie-talkies, you can get them for like $30.
Dude,
you use it that time. Idea. And then now anytime I want to be like, hey, Dylan, we've got walkie-talkies. Let's build like some tents and like, let's be wild, you know?
Yeah. Holy shit. Dude,
Tell you, a walkie-talkie will take your sex life with Emerald to a whole new level.
About 50 feet away.
Hey, Anthony, you find that clitoris yet, Anthony? Anyways.
It's been about 15 minutes. Time to come up for air. Over and out. Terrible episode so far. What are we doing?
We've talked about you bonding with your mom and going down on your wife.
Well, at least she's my wife now. It's, in the eyes of the Lord, it is pure and sanctified.
You're going to heaven again, baby.
God opens the pearly gates. He looks down upon me and he asks, "So did you find it, my son?" And I look upon him and I say, "No."
To hell with you.
All right, you go to hell. What is that Tenacious D song? So anyways, I have a literal laundry list of things to talk about because we've been diving so deep into things for the last couple weeks, but I haven't been able to vent and talk about them with you.
I know.
Brett!
It's been wild times at Ridgemont High.
Is that the sequel?
No idea.
Okay, look, I'm just going to dive right in, okay?
Do it. Let's dive, baby.
Dune was okay, but gorgeous. So I'm just going to give it a kind of a one-line review.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, like, I don't want to talk shit about it. I think, here's my problem with it, is that it's a really well-done story, and it's really, really cool, but I think the issue is that it was written in, the 50s? And it, literally invented this storyline. It was the first Messiah sci-fi, storyline, and it influenced Star Wars. It influenced everything. So much stuff. Yeah, so much stuff. So all this sci-fi stuff that I've seen now has already taken so much from Dune and, then also elevated and taken it in different places. Then when I watch the original story that kind of everything's sort of based on, it's kind of boring. And I saw it all coming, it was all straightforward. And
they confirmed a sequel too, though, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing is because when we finished it, we were just like, oh, so it literally was we just watched one half of a movie. It was incredibly unsatisfying because you go, oh, well, we just watched one half of a 5-hour movie. Should have just waited for the second one. But it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. The way that it was shot is astounding. Finish your Twix bar, Brent. It's fine. We're just in the middle of a podcast recording. No problem.
Not sure what I was thinking about doing that, but...
Yeah, totally.
I needed that delicious little treat in front of all of you. Yeah. You're welcome, Internet. I know some of you are feeling it right now.
Yeah, kinks.
Mm-hmm. No kink shame in here. We don't kink shame. No.
No.
You getting hard on me eating Twix? That's
okay.
Cool, brah.
All right.
Anyways... So we're going to edit a lot of this episode out. Anyway,
I'm going to leave it in.
This is one for the vault, baby.
Oh, yeah. We actually lost an episode. I don't know if you want to talk about...
by the way, you guys, that's gone.
Yeah, we completely lost an episode, and that sucked so bad because it was a really fun episode, and I wanted to edit in, songs, and, I was going to get weird with it. Mm-hmm. And then it fucking, so some eBay douche stole it from you.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you. But anyways, what were we talking about?
Dune.
Thank you. Yes. To me, it's like if you were trying to watch, hop in on Marvel, and you were like, I'm going to watch Infinity War and then Endgame. But it's like you watch Infinity War, and then you're like, okay, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not really sure who all these people are, other than, to be fair, in Infinity War, you more than likely do know what's going on. And I'm sure in Dune, they set up to where you know what's going on by the end of the movie. But you now have to wait for however long it is until that second one comes out to be satiated, and you will just be teetering, waiting. It sounds awful to me. I kind of don't want to watch it until the second one comes out.
Yeah, I recommend that you wait for the second one.
As someone who is like needs to have that feeling of completion, that's gonna kill me. So
I really wanted to watch it. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I really wanted to watch it to support it and to try and get it right. Like you give those numbers, you get help the box office, whatever. But because I love Denis Villeneuve, however you say his name, I just want to say it's so Frenchy, and then I mispronounce it. Villeneuve.
I believe it's Villain Avenue.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, I don't know. So that was my feeling. I just kind of left. We left empty. Felt emotionally like vacant, but absolutely odd. Like the worm, the way they did the fucking sandworm, was terrifying and rad. Like a lot of the visuals are really cool because they have like I love the way they had the spice in the air. It's like there's these shots where it's like red speckles, and it's just so cool. But anyways, I'll just kind of move on. But that was like semi disappointing in that it was absolutely gorgeous, and I really wanted to love it, and I think I just came out of it going, okay, I was like whelmed. But I'm excited to see it as like a whole because I don't know where that goes, and honestly, I really feel like they should have done because Dune goes for it. It's got like there's like 10 novels. Yeah. And I was even reading that they cut a bunch of stuff out for this movie, which felt really long with a lot of different people. And I was like
2 hours?
It's like 2.5 hours, yeah. And it's like 2 hours 45. It's really long. And I was like, well, why don't you do a massive like 10 episode limited series or something like that. Like that feels like the more appropriate way to do Dune than just 2 movies.
I agree. I think that's kind of just the route that we prefer, though, because we've seen it succeeding with so much other stuff too.
Yeah, like actually, I was going to say The Foundation, or just Foundation, I guess, which we actually fell out of. But it's on Apple TV Plus. Oh, by the way, you can watch Dune on HBO Max. And
see, and that's
theaters,
the other that's the other part that's hard. It's like does that alone make it worth watching? Should I mute it and put it on in the background, or just like, have it on in the background one day so I can like enjoy the visuals, but be like, okay, well, I don't really need to care about what's happening yet. And then when the second one comes out, really watch it again and go through it, you know?
Actually, that's not a bad way to go. If you just want to sort of enjoy the aesthetics, it's absolutely beautiful. There are some really great performances, even if I came out of it going, it's a little emotionally vacant. But there are really great performances. They're amazing actors. It looks beautiful. It's really well done. I just kind of came out of it feeling empty. But anyways.
There's that one missing piece.
I was going to say it's like Foundation, which is an adaptation of a sci-fi movie. Or a sci-fi book, sorry, and by Isaac Asimov. And the first 2 episodes were absolutely incredible and hooked us, and then it kind of gets a little lost to us, and we got bogged down with some other stuff that I'll kind of talk about because we're really excited about it. But Foundation was like how I saw Dune could be, because it is a huge, really large, like almost Game of Thrones style adaptation, and I feel like Dune could benefit from that. So I was like, I don't know, maybe they could have done it that way.
My wife and I were talking about this too, because it's like I really like certain things that some people like don't like. You know, like Harry Potter. A lot of people don't like the Harry Potter movies that are like into the book. My wife is one of those people. She's like, she can tolerate the movies if I watch them, but by tolerate,
exactly, I mean
like
hardly.
Your wife. Yeah. And the other day she put one on without me there, and when I came home, I was like, I was like, are you okay? You got this on. I was like, do you need to talk? Dylan and I need to worry?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I just wanted to, she's like, I just wanted to put something on. And she's like, I can't even watch it, though. She was like, it's just been on and I don't like it. And she's like, and I agree with her on this. I think that, like Harry Potter, there's a lot of stuff you need. And there's a lot of stuff that gets cut out in the books, or cut out from the books. It would have benefited if they made like a dope-ass Harry Potter mini-series that could have just like kicked so much ass. And I think back when it was made, that wasn't as big of a thing as it is now. I mean, like, yes, like Sopranos, and there were some things that were like big hitters when it came to HBO and stuff, but it's like something like that, like a not miniseries, but a series like that would have been so awesome. But now I think now's the time to execute it. Someone take it. And so now I think that's what we need to do. We just need to get all these things made into shows on Netflix and HBO, get big budgets. And I know you have the money to make it happen, Anthony, so I'm pitching it to you.
I do feel like that's kind of where the industry is going because, I mean, think about how... I mean, for instance, Foundation is huge, and it's an adaptation. It has a massive budget. It was like $100 million for the first season or something.
How have I not heard of this?
So is Game of Thrones. I mean, Game of Thrones had 150 million for a season. Yeah. I mean, this is where they're going, and they have huge actors, and they can get them for... I mean, the problem is huge actors that that go from movies have this stigma that don't want to go to TV shows. So it's hard to get them shooting a TV show for 9 months out of the year. Yeah. But I feel like that's kind of where we're going because I feel like most stories are better when you take your time. Like in a book, you can take the time to take a couple pages and talk about a character's exact feelings about in this exact moment, and it puts context around an exact story point, and it helps. And then it also, like The Mandalorian, people were bitching about, The Mandalorian has episodes that are like 17 minutes long, and some of them are 40. And it's like, but you just go at the pace of the story. And that's like, I feel so many stories could benefit from that treatment of... Yeah. And like Dune, like going back to Dune or Harry Potter, like things from books specifically, I think are better done as series because movies are such a self-contained formula. And to be quite honest, I'm getting a little sick of the formula. Because like watch Dune again, and I just was so burnt out on like, okay, it's the Messiah, it's the sci-fi thing, it's the hero story. Right. For fuck's sake, we've done this a billion times since 1940. Like,
how do we change it up? How do we change that formula? So I think that's a really good point. And if you don't mind, I want to point something out that I appreciate that Star Wars has done. Yeah. Well, and Disney, I guess in general, since this is really Disney's whole thing. The expansion of the Star Wars universe into cartoons, into what's that the newest cartoon series that just came out on Netflix?
Oh, Visions.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. As someone who has dabbled in anime, like I like Naruto and stuff like that, but now I've really started to get back into art lately, and so anime is like a big thing for me right now. So Visions,
anime is cool. Yeah.
Visions and What If both like blew my mind.
Yeah.
But what I love is that Disney is exploring all of these different sections of the multiverse or of like Star Wars, where it's like Rogue One is a story that fits between other movies. And you're hearing about something that's building your understanding of the world, and it's connecting the gaps that were missed because they were never written to be filled originally. So you're getting like this conglomeration of things, and some of it is from books, some of it's from, just like people that have contributed to the shows and movies, but it's all so fun to watch. I say someone do that with Harry Potter now. Let's go back. Let's see some movies or shows that fill those gaps in. That would be so cool. Because like think about the different actors they could get involved, like all the different things they could do. It'd be, oh my God, it'd be so cool.
I feel like Fantastic
that's like an
Beasts
to fill stuff. And I think
was supposed to be that.
I think that's part of it, and I think now they need to make it into like a series. Because there's some kid actors that I would love to see have a chance to portray Harry Potter, or
just like the life at Hogwarts, or
anything,
like other
anything, any of the other students that are around it, how it affects their lives. Like that would be so fun and so cool. Yeah, so I don't know. That's like my thing right now is I want more content like that, and that's why I'm really excited about the Lord of the Rings stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, like, that's pretty cool. I was reading up on
so
like when
much
it takes
cool
place.
Stuff. Yeah, the new Game of Thrones stuff that was announced. What is that called? It's not called Game of Thrones.
Oh no, it's like a House of the Dragon or something like that.
I'm stoked for that too. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that's coming out. Well, and then oh boy, I feel like this episode might be the longest episode to date because
I have like
there's
5 or 6
so
more
much
things.
stuff to talk about, and we've only very breached. If you consider this to be just the tip, man, get ready.
The whole shaft coming.
I'm so glad you said it because I wasn't gonna.
Whatever, we'll just do it.
But anyways, I'm also very excited that we have Witcher coming out here in the next couple months. Oh wait, no, next month. And then what was the other one that's coming out?
There's just a lot. There's a lot happening.
My wife and I were just talking about it. There's another show. Oh, Hawkeye. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye.
So and those overlap with each other. So we were like, okay, we can not watch one of them and then blast through that one, and then by the time we finish that one, the other one we can watch all. Like, yes, we're gonna have just 2 nights of just content and just blow through it. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Get a babysitter, get a pizza, get me some beer. It's gonna be a good night.
That's cute. I like that.
I can't wait.
We actually just had that kind of exact thing because we just got. I'll just segue into this real quickly. We have found a binge show that like it's hard to put Emerald down on a couch for a while. It's hard to motivate her to do that, to just sit still.
It's hard to demotivate her.
Yeah, it's true. To pull her down to the depths of my level.
It's hard to drag her down to my level of existence. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
And so Dark on Netflix. We are like the second to last people on Earth to watch this, but it is fucking credible. It is everything I love from like Lost mixed with like hard sci-fi mixed with like I can't even, and it's so good, and it's German, so it's kind of cool. We watch it with subtitles on, which makes it more immersive to me because it feels separate from like the United States sort of formula and culture and whatever, and kind of moves it into a different area, which it feels fresh and new and unique. We just got through into the second season, and we only started it like 3 days ago or so. We've been really cruising through because we absolutely fell in love with it. And we called it Dark Knight yesterday when we were like, let's just sit down and finish the first season. We had like 4 episodes to go. It's incredible. It is. It's like Lost meets either Looper or Primer. Like,
oh, interesting.
It's really detailed. Like, these people knew what they were doing, and it's like you could, to the point where if you were paying attention, you can call a lot of stuff, because one crazy thing is their casting director has a superpower or something, because they have all these characters that are like 33 years apart, but instead of like makeupping or whatever, they cast other actors for these parts, but they look so fucking like, you can look at someone and be like, oh shit, is that Hannah? Oh shit, is that, this person? Oh my god. Like, it's so good, and which really helps with the immersion, jumping, because they jump so, like, in every episode they jump between like 2 at least time periods. And it makes it really, and they also, another shout out to something they do really well is like when they like go, so they start and they here, and then they go like, how, into the past, and they show all the characters that you already know, but you don't know that's them. They like really intriguingly like start their storylines like 30 years prior, and then at the end of the episode they do these amazing like recaps, so they show photos of each actor next to each other, revealing who's who, and then later they'll do a recap, like they'll make sure to show you who's who here when, so that you don't lose track. Like, they very specifically make sure that you see the faces next to each other, so that
I love that.
It's such a good detail that like more TV shows, if they do that, need
awesome.
to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I highly recommend that show. It is incredible.
What's it?
We're loving it.
Where is it? What's it on?
Netflix.
Okay. You said it's called Dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually have a funny story about Dark. My friend Michael Johnson, shout out, told me about Dark.
Not Alan Johnson.
No, not Alan Johnson. Although
Deep
other
cut.
shout out, #Sprint, #Fast Wireless, #Scribble Is that what we called that game?
Scribble Ball.
Scribble Ball. Yeah. Wow. Anyways,
wow, deep cut jokes between only us two.
Yeah,
cool.
Employees only. That's a backroom locker talk conversation, courtesy of Fast Wireless.
Oh my god.
Fuck. What were we talking about?
Oh, Dark on Netflix?
Thank you. Yes, Michael Johnson, my friend, recommended this show to me like 3 or 4 times, and he has pretty good taste. He's kind of a bro dude sometimes, I love you, but you are. And don't worry, I'll send this to you on TikTok. You'll see it.
It's okay. We accept you as you are.
We love you. But for real, like, I went to go watch it on Netflix, and I couldn't remember the name other than the fact that it ended with, like, K. So I was like, okay, I know it's like Ark, ooh, and Ozark is what I found. And so that's how I got into Ozark, which Mike was actually also into Ozark, and he had told me about that show, and I never fucking watched it. And then I accidentally watched it, and it was amazing, and now I want to rewatch it, but I'm going to go find Dark instead. So I thought it was funny that the last time I tried to watch Dark, I found Ozark instead.
That's hilarious.
Is a treasure. Have you watched Ozark yet?
I watched the first few episodes, and I was so fresh off of Breaking Bad that I was like, this just feels like kind of a Breaking Bad on Netflix.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to wait until it's like done, and then and I'm fully cleansed of Breaking Bad and sort of like whatever. And then
I would honestly say, and I know this is going to... I shouldn't say this until it finishes. Currently, I like it as a whole more than Breaking Bad.
Whoa!
I love Ozark, and I will say that 99% of that I know is biased because I love Jason Bateman so much.
He's very good.
Like all around, like if he is funny. And he's like witty, and he's got a podcast that's absolutely wonderful. Like
he's the complete package. He's got it. Well, speaking of packages,
although he's got a huge old Willem Dafoe dick, and like it's. But he's
where you're going with that.
I have heard he might not be the nicest person to some people, but that is also just rumors that I've heard, because I don't actually know anyone that's met him. It's just stuff that I've heard on the internet.
Because I love him on. Yeah,
it's not credible. So
I love him on Arrested Development, and he plays such a goofy boy that it's like, I hope that he's good to work with.
And for him to like come off Arrested Development and then go and do something like Ozark, which is so the opposite of this silly, goofy character. Well, I wouldn't say his character is silly, goofy, but a silly, goofy show to this very dark show. It's so good. But yeah, so everyone watch Ozark and watch Dark. Don't forget to also watch Eternals. Maybe you should check out while you're at it Visions, and let's see, what else have we talked about today? What if
Dune?
Dune.
What if? Yeah. Oh my God, Hawkeye when it comes out. And I have some more because I have like a Halloween wrap up. But you know what we should do is maybe wait for the second half, and we can...
Because we've been talking for half an hour.
Some products. This passed by really quickly. I missed you, Brett. All right.
It's been a good time.
Let's go make some money, and...
Cha-ching, baby!
Because I need to spend it on my condo. My new condo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say condom. Especially since you just looked down at your wing.
Oh, okay. All right, see you on the other side. Love you guys.
Wiener!
Hey, Brent.
Oh, you're going right in. Oh, shit.
How are your hip flexors?
The wrong direction flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sitting in a chair all day will do that. So you work and then you game, right? So you're sitting in that chair, like 12 hours a day?
Oh, at least.
Yeah. So if you don't want to be a peasant, what you should do is invest in a standing desk. Highly recommend. So I'm standing right now. I am I'm full of energy. I'm full of fucking vigor, spit, violence, swear words, curse words, and vitriol. And you know what? That's the energy you get when you stand. And your hip flexors are currently aligned. Not mine. My hip flexors are aligned. Yours are not. You need to stand, my good sir. So I recommend you drop like way too much money on a good standing desk. So watch as I am standing. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna
Oh my gosh, everyone! For those audio listeners, good. Anthony is getting lower to the ground, and his desk is going with him. Oh my God, this is a miracle.
So now I'm squatting, Brent.
Oh wow!
Now I'm squatting.
So Do you have to squat or stand, or can you use a chair?
Oh, it's so good. No, so what's happening right now is my chakras are aligning. And it's a really dangerous process, but it's really worth it.
Does this increase any risk of pooping yourself in the morning?
Well, maybe for other people, but I already have a risk of that because I drink so much coffee that I have at least 2 movements in the morning.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. And now we're going to go back up. We're going up.
Good. This is good.
And if you can see, my energy is I'm God!
Oh, for those audio listeners out there, Anthony just turned into God. He is our Lord now.
I have transcended. Please bow down.
My skin is melting off just from looking at Anthony right now. I am
it's not recommended that you make eye contact.
In his glory. If you want to experience this, dial 1-800-LIFE.
1-800-LIFE. 1-800 God is good. And
all the time.
And then spend way too much money on a fucking standing desk. Just go to IKEA. No, actually, don't go to IKEA. They're terrible. They use wood from non-sustainably
from actual
farmed forests. Also, the founder's a Nazi. So, all right, yeah. So, standing desk. That's my thing today. I am God.
I'm going to hell, aren't I, God?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Did you find it, son?
I don't know. That was... I think I crossed a line today.
We both have. It's fine.
I mean, but it's the truth, right? Like, fuck IKEA.
Oh, IKEA's the worst. Yeah. We made a deal to never buy from IKEA again, and then we got here, and IKEA is the only place that has anything in stock, and so we've had to like buy at least one thing, and it's like really annoying. But
I love how we're like, hey, sponsor us. Fuck IKEA.
In the middle of burning bridges, we're like, well, you could give us money for this. Hey, fuck you. You could also pay us.
I said your name, fuckers. Asshole. Yeah, sure, I said you have slave labor, but whatever. Are you a piece of shit?
Oh, yes.
Do you work at your desk all day long?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Do you then log off of your work computer and slide your lazy ass over to your other computer to then game?
Sure do.
While you rot in your own filth and the cats around you eat the chips off your lap.
This is getting surprisingly specific and alarmingly niche.
Have you reached the point in your life where walking to the bathroom is an inconvenience?
Since I was 7 years old.
Are your chakras so aligned you never know when you're gonna shit? The Dump Pump 5000.
What?
That's right. No more pesky bathroom trips. What used to be technology only used for those who needed their intestines replaced. You now can vacuum your shit out of yourself so you never have to leave your desk again. That's right, you filthy mongrel. You could have a food feeding you and a food empty... you could have a tube feeding you and a tube emptying you. Like Mama always used to say, what goes in, gotta come out.
The classic, iconic saying.
You're already an extension of a machine. Might as well look like one.
We took space-age technology from the International Space Station and put it up your ass.
Shit like Bezos does. All over his employees.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Fine.
Cool. Thought you might. Also, that bidet, you won't even have to use it anymore because it's a clean process. The only thing you have to worry about is constant infection and irritation around the area where the tube was inserted and stitched in by my son.
What? Huh?
He played Operation. He's a doctor. That's good. That's good. That's it. That's all.
You can also
# cat ears.
Balm your tattoos. We're still running that.
Yeah. With your that's actually Anthony. That's a great transition. That's actually why I picked this up from my desk just now.
Oh, look at that! It just happened to be next to your desk.
Oh god, I dropped it. Oh no.
The Lucky 13's tattoo balm.
Tattoo
balm.
Insert pleasing music here. Do you have tattoos that look like shit? No matter how much work you put in? Well, that's all right. They're never going to look good because you went to a bad artist. But at least you can make them shine like the day that Prison Joe gave them to you.
Prison Joe, yeah.
Well, that's just his name. He's never actually been to prison. He just likes being called that.
Oh, no, your son actually tattooed me.
Oh, he can't do that. He is not old enough yet. The point is, this balm will not make your illegal tattoo any better, but it'll make it shine. Like the day you got it. Yeah, I use this stuff daily. As you can see, there's a lot missing.
You can see there's a huge divot. Yeah.
I just do this. We actually have a couple more.
They can't see you. They can't. So what he's doing is he's actually just taking the entire
this is just for our visual audience only. Auditory, we're going to replace this with just a sound of skin being chafed.
Sensually rubbing yourself with a balm.
Not sensually, just methodically.
No, it's very sensual.
To cover
actually.
I guess beauty is in the eye of the penis or the beholder. But either way, this is definitely not going to be an ad they're going to want to use. Lucky 13's tattoo bomb. I have tattoos, and so
we have a promo code.
Oh yeah. Pop-timistic.
we're not just trying to shill their shit. We're trying to get money from it.
Just Pop-timistic. Oh, well, I was going to say we have 3 more arriving. 3 more. Well, not these ones, these exact ones, but the little tube bombs. I have 3 more arriving, hopefully within like the next week, and we're going to give those away.
Oh, yay!
But if you like it, or if you don't win, because not everyone can be a winner, just use our promo code or our discount code Pop-timistic, and you will get 25% off your entire order.
All orders, every time.
Orders. I also found
for the end of time.
They have a subscription so that you can do like a monthly subscription, and our discount code also works on that. So 25% off the monthly cost if you do it that way. But I mean, I've had this one for 2.5 months. And they also have quarterly options for their subscriptions if you decide to go that way. If you have like if you got it all tattooed, I'm jealous, but go for it. I love it, and I used to just swear by my lotion that I used, but I love this stuff. It's great. So, thank you, Lucky 13.
Thank you so much for our
being the only real sponsor that we care about.
That we care about. This is our only sponsor.
It's true. You're our only sponsor, other than the alcoholic ones.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back from the break. I am Brent, and Anthony has a cat on his shoulders that looks like its nose is dripping.
Oh no, he's probably drooling. He does that a lot.
Okay, well I'm glad
he has no teeth to keep the saliva on the inside of himself, so it just sort of comes out.
That was a weird way to formulate that sentence, but I appreciate it. Yeah. To keep the saliva inside himself. Oh, Grandpa.
Please keep your saliva on the inside of yourself during this ride.
Get your dentures, Grandpa.
Oh my God, I can feel it. He is drooling on my shoulder.
Dude, your shirt has a wet spot on it. Like straight up, that's like your shirt has a wet spot.
He loved me. He drooled.
He drooled. So anyways,
so I want to do a bit of because I didn't get to do like Halloween leading up because I was moving. I'm gonna do a recap of sort of everything that we've kind of done over here for Halloween because there's some really fun things, including, what do I remember? Halloween Kills was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That one was like, we went in with low expectations because people had already kind of been shitting on it. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. Like, they really went places with it. They tried to do something very different, which I really enjoy. It got a little, like, wacky, like fucking... Yeah. Genocidal. Like Michael Myers is like taking on an entire town. It was pretty insane.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So there was a lot of cool stuff in it, a lot of fun things. I do think that they could have like cut it down for time and to like get it going. It was pretty long.
Yeah.
But like Rad. And you know what? The thing is really cool is that they definitely formulated like a trilogy. Like at the end of this one, I see where it's going, and I'm like, okay, cool.
You're on board. You're sold.
Fucking let's do this climax. Let's climax together, that. Halloween.
Oh boy,
it's such a sexual episode. Whenever we just get rolling up front,
NSFW, it's fine.
We can't talk about sexy things up front, or it just snowballs.
No, we can't talk about. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess okay, audience, we're gonna all make a commitment together. Okay, we'll say it as a collective because then we can embrace it. We've accepted that we say sexual things, so now together. We're going to try to not say clitoris in the first 15 minutes of a video.
Okay.
And together, we move on. This has been enlightening.
All I want to say right now is the word clitoris.
I know, my nipples are hard. Okay, cool.
All right, so next up, we did an entire Paranormal Activity series rewatch leading up to Halloween. Boy, what a silly, campy, enjoyable franchise. And we also did a rewatch because there was the new one that came out. So they waited a few years and they're kind of disconnecting them because the first like 5 or 6 or however many it was. Actually, okay, to be honest, we didn't watch the last one, whichever one. It was like the Lost Ones, I think it was called.
Yeah.
But it had like this through line of like this kid becoming like the Antichrist, I think, like some sort of like weird thing like that. It was like a through line of like the kid from the first one kind of going through, and it's like then they do the best one actually we think is the one that takes place in the 80s. That it's like the mom and the sister who, you know, from the first and second ones. As kids. And their like stepdad was like a journalist, or I don't remember. He was like a video editor or something. So he had a bunch of tapes and cameras. And so that one was actually really fun and inventive. But the new one called Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. Fucking dope, dude. So good. Holy shit. Like, it blew us away. We were not expecting. So we watched a trailer and we're like really excited. We're like, whoa, they're going a whole different direction. So with this one, so before they had like home video, and like they did like each one had some new gag. Like the 80s one put a camera on a fan and like went back and forth, right? This one was very much like it's people making a cinematic documentary about a woman, and like it's like the woman and her boyfriend, and then the sound guy, and those are the characters. And the woman was, as a child, as like a baby, was given up or like left, you know, at like an orphanage or whatever. So she is just going back. She found her mom and is going back to this Amish farm to just discover her heritage. Right? So it's like supposed to be a sort of a feel-good documentary. And so it's got these really cinematic shots. Oh, man, dude. Like, some of it's fucked up, dude. It goes places. It's very cool. Very cool.
I like when horror stuff can like branch out and like kind of do kind of like a make you feel good until they make you feel terrible kind of thing. I like when they do stuff like that. And I will say I appreciate it more when it's something like a franchise like this that's already established that does it, rather than something that's like fresh that you're not really sure what you're going into.
Oh, like Midsummer?
So then you get like partway in and you're like, and then you start to get that feeling of dread. Because for Paranormal, I think the only reason I'd be able to do it is because I know that's what to expect.
You go in knowing.
But if you go in with that, like, oof. I got anxious just you describing just now, though, that whole like sense of like, oh, this is a big, beautiful scene, and then it's like, you know there is dread coming.
Oh, yeah.
You know so it's like, I love that kind of stuff. That's kind of some of the psychological horror thriller stuff that I love. And it's funny, because Zach and I talked about this on our episode, but The Strangers comes up every Halloween for me because I think it does some of that really well, because the start of that movie is this beautiful like new relationship between a new husband and wife, and it's like so cutesy, and like then it goes dark.
through
and it's dark fast, and it's dark hard. And it's like, it's rough, but it's like, I don't know. I love that they can put you through that whole spectrum of feeling. I think it's fascinating. I think those are the most effective ones and the ones I want to watch the least, but the ones that I enjoy the most. Because I think to get like the most satisfaction out of like a scary movie for me is, am I sufficiently scared to where I am being unreasonable when I leave the movie, to where I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that movie did a good job.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I appreciate that. Although I also hate it. And but I'm a masochist, as we know. So,
what was it? It was one night. So actually one night you and I were supposed to record, and we were halfway through Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. And we had paused, and I paused. So it was bad because we waited through, like, I knew I was going to have to stop in like 10 minutes. And we were like, should we stop now while it's like fine? Yeah, it'll be okay. We'll just wait 10 minutes. We'll just watch 10 more minutes. The next 10 minutes was like where it started to get really scary. Like there was like a sequence of scary shit. And then we paused, and I was like, I have to go now. And she was like, I fucking hate you. Gotta go.
Oh, now that I'm on edge, you're just gonna peace out. Cool.
She was like, well, I'm gonna watch the next, what was it? I can't remember what we were watching, but it's some like animated thing or something. And she was like, I'm gonna watch the next one without you because fuck you.
Spite.
That's fair.
That's why.
That's fair. She was like, well, I also need to cleanse my brain of this scariness before going to bed.
That is also true.
But anyways, so that was good. Paranormal Activity was fun.
Heck yes.
Halloween Kills was fun. I feel like there was something else, but I didn't write it down. I'm halfway through Squid Games right now. I just have to say.
Oh, what do you think?
Okay, I'm just like, in a lot of ways, it's like not a fun show to watch. Like, it is
interesting.
And I don't mean that in that it's a bad show. I mean that in like, it is very anxiety inducing. It's very stressful to watch, which is bad that I'm like watching it at night too. Cause then like last night, last night there was the episode that everyone I guess was talking about. I tried to stay away from spoilers. The Marbles episode wrecked me. Fucking wrecked me. It takes like, it's just one of those ones where it has like, you think that they're gonna be okay, and you know, you think it's gonna be okay, they're gonna play a game, it'll be fine, they're gonna do this, and they team up with people they really like, and then there's a twist where, I mean, not to spoil, but like, if you team up with someone, they always thought that you're working with that person, and it sort of turned out the opposite, and it's heartbreaking. And it fucking is it wrecked me, dude. Like, that was like extremely well written, so stressful, just a lot to watch.
No thanks.
But so it's that kind of show. Like, it's not entirely fun. Like, we have to like wash, like if I do that I have to like wash my mouth out with like Big Mouth or something, like an episode or something.
Just get something silly in.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. But like, it's a good show.
Yeah,
it's just so tough.
Cleanse your mind, heart, you know.
Yep. I have 2 games I would like to talk about really quick, but like, I've been dominating. So if you have anything you've been doing that you want to talk about.
I don't feel like you've been dominating. I feel like I've been contributing. So let's continue.
No, I just mean in terms of bringing stuff. But okay.
Oh yeah, cool. No, you're good.
So I just kind of splurged, and I was like, I haven't played my PlayStation in a while. So I got Deathloop and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
Dude, they're both really fun in such different ways. Like, they're both really well written, actually, I think is the one thing they have in common. They're both really fun, really well written. They have their characters down. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's weird having the different voices. Yeah. Like, they went a different way with a lot of stuff. Like, Gamora is very, like, her voice sounds very girly.
Yeah.
Star-Lord sounds very different. Drax actually sounds very much the same. But it's really well written. It has the banter. It's got the like fun factor. Like they got the team dynamics. It's really good. I'm only a couple chapters in, so I don't have a lot to say. But other than that, I like the way that they do team gameplay. Yeah. You play as Star-Lord, and you have your own stuff, but then you have the team fighting with you, and you can
like call in abilities and stuff. Yeah,
call in abilities.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you kind of have to chain it together. And so
did you ever?
It's really cool.
Did you ever play X-Men Legends? I think is what it was called. It was back on like GameCube and stuff.
I may have heard of it, but I don't think I played it.
So it was kind of like I don't know how to describe this fully. It wasn't fully top down, but it was kind of top down, and you would pick like 3 or 4 X-Men to play, and you would run around. You'd technically control all of them, but you could do like co-op and stuff. But so if there was like 4 of them, you and your buddy could then control 2 and choose, and you could swap between playing the different ones. And it was so good, and I was like, I always want something like that.
Wait a second. That sounds so familiar.
X-Men Legends? Was it X-Men Legends?
Or I might be thinking of like Capcom Marvel or whatever, where you can
That's the versus one. That is what you're thinking of. You're thinking of Capcom versus Marvel, which is one of the best fighting games of all time, in my opinion. But, no, what is it called? Hold on. I'm going to look it up. X-Men Legends? Yeah. I think Legends 2 is the... Yeah, I'll send this to you. This game was sweet. It was on like PlayStation 2.
Nice.
Rise of the Apocalypse. Okay. It was so good. But it's like this, it's like you go switch them all out and be all crazy with it and stuff. But I like what you're describing too, because it's that utilizing other characters in a unique way where it's like they are still part of an extension of the player. I love that.
Yes.
That's a solid execution.
Feels like a team.
Yeah.
Because you're doing that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm getting a little... My hip flexors are getting a little too much.
Oh, no.
Just gonna give this a little... Oh, yeah, okay, we're just gonna get a little sit energy on.
Little sit.
We're just gonna get our haunches down.
Haunched.
Okay, and then, so Deathloop is really fun. It's... I was kind of, like, not into it because... Well, like, the idea of it because I'd already played Returnal, which is... I think I already talked about this, but when you die, you start from the beginning, etc. This is a little like that because it's the same Groundhog Day concept of someone wakes up on a beach and just sort of like goes about their day and figures out what's happening, and it's all very lethal and you have to shoot people. And when you die, you return to that very spot and you have to find weapons again, etc., etc. But it feels very different, which I like, because Returnal was extremely hard. Very skill based. This one's much more like a really fun, almost cartoony. I don't know, and it very well written. Like, there's 2 main characters that talk to each other over radio. And it's lots of banter, and it's really
interesting.
Fun.
Is it a first-person shooter?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. I'm also only a little bit into this. I started them this week, both of them. So not that far in, but I'm really enjoying both Guardians of the Galaxy and Deathloop. So
nice, that's awesome.
And I think Deathloop is a PlayStation exclusive.
No, it's not. It's on Steam for sure. I was actually looking at it the other day because I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah. Give it a whirl, dude.
It looks pretty neat.
Definitely think.
I added it to my wish list, so I'll see if it goes on sale soon. That'd be rad.
Good call.
Cool. Rad.
Yeah, that's basically everything I've been sort of intaking and wanted to blurb about.
That's awesome. This episode of Anthony's Joy brought to you by Charmin Ultra. Wipe. So your wife doesn't have to.
Oh. That's why I bought bidets. But still pat dry, you know? That is Charmin's, like, slogan, right? Wipe so your wife doesn't have to. Yeah. It's across the nation, on every box. In every roll. Charmin, don't be a piece of shit. Or if you are, we will clean you up. Mm-hmm. So you can find us everywhere fucking podcasts are, obviously. At Pop_timistic on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I kind of stopped updating TikTok because they shadow banned me and I don't know how to, or shadow banned us and I don't know how to. Yeah, what did we say that was naughty? I think it was the COVID. I think it was the booster shot one that I posted. Wasn't it about getting a? I thought it was a good thing. Did we say not to get a booster? Did we tell them not to do what the CDC said? Because I feel like we... No, I did. No. But they, like, do things automatically. It's some. I know sometimes your MAGA comes out a little bit and you get a little... a little maggoty? I like that. Maggoty. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. No, I think it was that one, but I don't know how to get unbanned. I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's fine. Reels is fine. Instagram Reels is where we popped off, and so... I mean, I honestly recommend going there for our video highlights.
And then, I'm not even going to ask you at this point. I'm just going to say it. Everyone, use your imagination. And if you're listening, imagine Anthony and Brent as adorable little cartoons. And then imagine an adorable little cartoon figure. And all of these things coming to your faces soon.
We're rebranding. We've been talking about this for like ever. We wanted to do it for 1 year, but like because of everything that's happened in my life and the fact that we aren't happy with the art yet. And
let's clarify a little bit there.
Let's clarify it was not your art.
We've had some bad artists.
We've had some bad
artists. So we're almost done.
We're not trying to shame them or anything.
No.
It just doesn't work out. It didn't work out to what we wanted.
Yes.
And so we're tweaking it, but we're going to do a little rebrand, and we're going to do some giveaways, including Lucky 13's tattoo balm. We're going to do unnamed or unknown gift card. We're going to do some fun stuff. So get your friends listening. Follow us on Instagram, probably specifically to hear more about giveaways.
Yep.
And
actually, we have another giveaway to announce as well. Jarrett, I wanted to say thank you to Jarrett. We have a video we're going to be posting here shortly for Jarrett. Jarrett was one of the first people to join our Discord after we had branded it for Pop-timistic, and he joined me in a wonderful and delightful night of shooting scabs and PMCs in Escape from Tarkov. So we've got something fun coming your way. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, it's all kinds of good things happening.
Yeah. We just didn't get it out as soon as we wanted, but it'll be out very soon. So we're just kind of working on it. It'll be great. It'll be really fun. We're
the best
really
of all.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your joy with us, and we enjoyed sharing our joy with you. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Okay,
Namaste.